Good morning. Violence on the rise. The Pentagon releases its report on the insurgency in Iraq as U.S. commanders send reinforcements into a troubled region. Lost and found. An 8-year-old boy lost in the Colorado wilderness without food and water for 4 days turns up alive. And farewell friend. She's been a staple of America's mornings for more than 15 years. Asking the tough questions.
You have not leveled about your knowledge of Iran-Contra.
Comforting the nation in difficult times.
Help me, please, Katie.
And dazzling us all with her unsurpassed grace, wit, and charm.
Look what I'm making Leo and Lodi do.
Now, after more than 15,000 interviews, millions of laughs, and countless cups of coffee, Katie's saying goodbye today, Wednesday, May 31st, 2006.
From NBC News, this is a special edition of Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer.
And good morning and welcome to Today on a very special Wednesday morning. I'm Matt Lauer, and for one final time, I'm going to turn to my right and say good morning to my friend and colleague, Katie Couric. Last day, how you feeling?
Oh, gosh, I'm feeling happy and sad and completely out of control, and you know how much I like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you, a control freak? Yeah. Let me just get this out of the way right now. Those aren't for you, those are for me. All right. Coming up, Katie, it's gonna feel like an episode of This Is Your Life, minus Ralph Edwards, obviously. This morning we're gonna look back at an amazing 15 years here on Today, the highs and the lows and everything in between, and of course, the hair. We will talk about that.
Only if I can talk about yours.
That's okay. There's not much to talk about. And if Katie, I think you people at home know, if she has one true love, aside from her family, of course, it's music. We're going to celebrate this farewell with performances from Tony Bennett, Martina McBride, Trisha Yearwood, Idina Menzel, and the cast of the Broadway hit Jersey Boys. And we also have some surprises in store that you won't want to miss. So stay tuned, batten down the hatches.
You know me, it's hard to keep surprises from me.
You
but
already
I think,
know all these things?
Well, you know, sometimes
You've been
they email
dabbling in the computer?
and they think I'm not on the list.
I can't believe they filled the position of CIA chief without you.
But anyway, I think there are plenty of surprises in store, and I'm really looking forward to all of it.
As are we. It'll be a fun morning. Before we get started, though, let's swing over to the news desk and say good morning to Ann, who has the headlines of the morning. Ann?
All right. Thanks a lot, Matt and Katie. It's going to be a great day. We're all excited for you. We begin, however, with a number of very serious developments in Iraq. A bombing this morning killed at least 5 police officers in Mosul. Attacks on Tuesday killed 54 people and wounded more than 100. The Pentagon predicts continued attacks by insurgents into next year, and 1,500 U.S. Army troops are being deployed from Kuwait to Anbar province, where many of the attacks have been taking place. Meantime, CBS correspondent Kimberly Dozier, wounded in a bombing that killed her cameraman and soundman on Monday, is still in critical but stable condition today in Germany. Her family arrived in Germany this morning. The death toll from Saturday's earthquake in Indonesia has jumped to more than 5,800 people. More aid is arriving today. Twice-convicted sniper John Allen Muhammad was found guilty on Tuesday of killing 6 people in Maryland. He was already under a death sentence for a murder in Virginia. A patient being transported in a medical helicopter was killed when the helicopter crashed onto a golf course in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday. 3 other people were hurt. Toyota is recalling almost 1 million vehicles worldwide, including about 170,000 Prius cars in the U.S., to replace faulty parts that could cause drivers to lose control. And an amazing story from Colorado this morning, where a young boy who vanished in the wilderness over the weekend was found alive on Tuesday. NBC's Jennifer London has this story.
Evan Thompson is just 8 years old, but he survived what many might not. 4 days alone in the rugged Rocky Mountains west of Colorado Springs.
He was found in Hole in the Rock Gulch, and he is completely fine, uninjured.
The boy, who has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, disappeared during a family camping trip on Saturday.
We never gave up hope, and we kept going.
Rescuers began following an unusual clue: Spider-Man footprints left behind from the sneakers Evan was wearing. It wasn't much, but it was enough.
We are overjoyed, overwhelmed to have Evan safe and back with us in our arms and our hearts.
Tired, hungry, and happy to be alive.
How you feeling?
Good.
Jennifer London, NBC News, Los Angeles.
terrific. He was found. It is now 7:05. Let's go back to Katie, Matt, and Al.
It's a darling little boy, and a happy ending, thank goodness. Thanks, Ann.
Dedicated work of those rescuers.
Yeah.
All right, let's get our first check of the weather this morning from Mr. Roker.
It's very strange. It really is. And also, we want big change. We won't hear Fred Facey say your name anymore.
I know.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Are you kidding? I think they already took down my picture.
No, we got plenty of them out there. Don't worry. Don't worry. Let's take a look, show you what's going on, and show you that for today, we've got a lot of wet weather, unfortunately, continuing for our friends in Texas, down in Houston. Flood warnings for parts of Texas on into the morning and early afternoon hours. Rainfall amounts, some areas picking up as much as 2 inches of rain before it's all over, from Corpus Christi all the way into Houston. That's what's going on around the country.
All right, Al, and to our top story this morning, which is Katie. It's been an incredible ride. As we've said, we've got a great celebration planned this morning. But we begin with a look back at some of the highlights of your 15 memorable years right here on Today.
Good morning, Katie. It's Rod.
Oh, Jack, do you mind calling me back in 15 minutes?
Making my way downtown. Hi, Jack. Walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound. Okay.
Good hope to women all across America. I'll be back.
Just another manic Monday.
I'm really usually much more organized.
I don't think I've come in a day where I haven't seen her in here no later than 6:45, 6:50. I mean, it's
And yet, 5 of 7, she walks through that little gap in the studio back there, and the light goes on, and the theme music starts, and boom.
Good morning. Shocking.
She's had a wide range of experience before she ever even got to this gig.
Katie Couric, CNN Election Watch, Dallas.
The president of CNN instructed everyone there to never let me on the air again. I just refused to let the turkeys get me down.
Today, a typical Sunday in Dayton-Broward County.
Katie Couric, News 4, Rockville.
NBC's Katie Couric is at the Pentagon tonight.
U.S. forces are desperately seeking Noriega.
My first day on the job, I was 5 months pregnant, so I got up, threw up, and came to work. When the Today Show theme started playing and I saw, Brian Gumbel and Katie Couric, I started kidding around almost immediately, and I think that broke the ice.
But I still can't decide whether I'm Catherine or Katie.
No. One more time, Alex.
Katie Couric.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Some Democrats say that you have not leveled about your knowledge of Iran-Contra.
Glad you asked that. I knew you would.
I think one of the interviews that got me some attention early on in my career was when I was at the White House interviewing Barbara Bush for the 200th anniversary of the White House. I thought the president was out of town and that I wouldn't have to even worry about that. And suddenly, I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. And then he walks in.
Is this live?
No, fortunately, we're on live television, so please say whatever you'd like.
No, but what I say is...
And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm the leader of the free world here. And I haven't really thought of a question to ask him.
Let me ask you, if I could, Mr. President, about...
So I proceeded to do, I think, a 19-minute and 38-second interview, but who's counting?
What time do we break for the hour here?
With Mrs. Bush waiting patiently on the sidelines. I had such serious adrenaline pumping during that interview, and I was so nervous and so stoked and so like, ooh. And, my mind was,
I told you I was going to be here for 30 seconds.
Well, I know, but aren't I great? I'm one of these less contentious reporters who can convince you to stick around and talk with me because I'm so easy.
I know what one candidate said about you, blaming on Katie Couric, and I don't want to get in a fight with you.
No, I was trying to prove my manhood. Some people are left with the impression that you're vindictive, that you're ruthless, a sore loser, and they don't feel comfortable with that.
Katie.
You're wiggling out of this, Mr. Secretary General.
It is not true that both of us are equally at fault.
Some people think from your comments that you've made of late that you're being an apologist for the tobacco industry.
I think
somehow they have you
only people like
in their
you,
pocket.
Only people like you in the media.
Is this a big ego trip for you?
You have this sense when you're watching Katie do a hard interview. Any question that needs to be asked will be asked.
I feel my job is not only to ask questions, but to get answers. At some point, will you ever answer the question?
I've covered that about 100 times.
Well, can you do it again this morning for us? Well, so you don't want to answer the question?
Well, I've answered the question, Ms. Couric.
Do you believe that women in this country should have the right to an abortion?
I agree with my husband that we should try to reduce the number of abortions.
Some people think Al Gore is going to eat you alive in a debate.
I'm biting my tongue.
Sometimes they were surprised when it was wham, right between the eyes.
Who told you that?
Who told you?
I'd like to repeat something you said in 1985, quote, I think the Jewish people have been a blight, and they probably deserve to go into the ash bin of history.
A lot of things are taken out of context, and I'm not opposed to
That's
Jewish
a direct
people.
quote, Mr. Duke. The headline reads, we are not safe. Then, politics and resistance to change make swift action on 9/11 panel's advice unlikely. How can these two headlines coexist when American lives are at stake?
When I look at the list of people I've interviewed, kings, queens, and presidents, and prime ministers, and politicians, it's really quite amazing and astounding to me.
We want to thank you, and we've got some fun footage to show as we head to a commercial break.
You promised me you wouldn't show that.
Let's dance, let's shout, shake your body down to the ground. Let's dance, let's shout, shake your body down to the ground. Let's dance, let's shout, shake your body down to the ground. Let's dance, let's shout, shake your body down to the ground.
This is going to come as a shock to a lot of people, but I like to sing.
All my bags are packed. I'm ready to go.
If anybody, even by mistake, mentions a song title, it's coming out.
On the day that you were born, the angels got together.
She goes at it with a gusto and a fierceness.
My singing debut, actually, was with Darlene Love.
That's where it is.
That, to me, was one of the greatest moments of my life. How sad is that? We sang backup for Stevie Wonder, and it was so horrific.
Not backup like there were other people singing also. It was Stevie Wonder on piano and 3 microphones and us.
I'm hoping, out of its own self-respect, to take this destructive.
God love her, because she goes for it.
Who's got the last laugh now?
In New Orleans, rescuers are still racing to pluck stranded survivors from rooftops, and a grim message from President Bush, quote, this recovery will take years. Good morning, I'm Katie Couric in New Orleans, wearing waders for the first time in my life to deal with all the flood waters that are still quite high in several areas.
I felt it was really important to go and see firsthand what had happened so I could better understand the story.
Help me, please, Katie. Please.
Len found his true shelter from the storm last night in the arms of his family.
I love you too, man.
We're joined today here in Vatican City by Katie Couric. Katie, good morning.
Brian, good to see you. The thunderous applause that we're hearing from St. Peter Square, which I find, gentlemen, so moving. Fierce fighting in Iraq. 6 U.S. soldiers have been wounded. Daily attacks against U.S. forces 3 more U.S. soldiers were wounded in separate blasts in Iraq today. Ace in the hole. After one of the most intensive manhunts in history, a haggard Saddam Hussein is captured alive. A plane has just crashed into the World Trade Center here in New York City. It happened just a few moments ago, apparently.
An airplane at 727 just ran into the building. Oh, my God.
This morning, less than 24 hours later, the heart of commerce and the signature of the New York skyline is no more. The shell of the South Tower, Tower number 2, that was hit by the second plane. The peripheral damage is amazing. I don't think people even appreciate the scope of this. United Flight 93 was the 4th plane to be hijacked on September 11th. It crashed in a Pennsylvania field.
Alice, Liz, and Lisa visited the memorial that has sprung up a quarter of a mile from the crash site.
I thought of you listening to him, and it just made my heart break for you.
I'll always just remember, that he was saying goodbye.
Just a couple of months ago, I sat down with John F. Kennedy Jr. for what turned out to be his last television interview. Who would have ever thought?
People come up to me and say, your father is a great man, and that, that happens to me several times a day, and that's a really special thing.
This can't be happening to our school. I know. He came into the library and shot everybody around me. He should be safe at school. Man, it should be a safe place.
The bodies of as many as 16 people are still here at Columbine High School, victims of the worst school shooting in American history.
I'll never forget Michael Scholes, who had lost his son, Isaiah, and a young man named Craig Scott, who had lost his sister, sat down with me.
All these people that I was praying for, 30 minutes later, their brothers and sisters were showing up.
But not your sister. It was one of the most profound and even spiritual experiences I've ever had.
We are joining you from Westminster Abbey, the site of Princess Diana's funeral.
Does it still shock you, the incredible impact she had on so many people? And you must think about her every day.
I do, and it's a complicated thing because it's very, very difficult to realize that I'll never speak to her again. It's an extraordinary thought.
The bomb shook Oklahoma City. 168 people were killed, more than 800 injured. It's an incredibly moving experience to be here and just walk around the area where the federal building used to stand.
There's certainly images from that story that I will never be able to get out of my mind. Like the fireman holding that baby.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder.
Many people you well know believe this so-called search for the killer or killers is a joke.
If Rodney King is the most famous beating victim in America, then the second most famous is certainly Reginald Denny.
And there's no police presence down here. They will not enter the area.
Is your head... It looks like some of your head is missing right
It is.
there.
If they vote for confirmation, they risk being portrayed as ignorant about the mental anguish and humiliation that results from sexual harassment. World attention has focused on the Allied push into Kuwait and Iraq to end Saddam Hussein's occupation of Kuwait.
Why did it take so long to get our cargo, equipment, men here?
We have brought more people over here in less than 6 weeks than we brought into Vietnam in 8 months at the height of our buildup.
This is the biggest thing that's happened to me in my life. And you're asking us when we're ready to go home, or I don't want to go home and miss this.
There she goes again, racing through my brain.
There are days I watch what she does on the air and I think I couldn't do that. And I don't know that many people could. And we want to thank producer Yal Fetterbush, editor Mark Evans, associate producer Nick Palladino, senior researcher Ernie Angstadt, and graphic designer William Hunt-Cannon for putting that piece together. Wow.
Isn't it amazing, the history that all of us have had the privilege of witnessing here on the show, just all those events, you know, it's amazing.
Well, I think what's amazing is that you've held America's hands through a lot of very difficult times, and that's why we are
Well,
You're celebrating.
Everybody on this show does that.
I know, but you deserve your day today.
And some of the weird things I did. Whoa.
Yeah, well, we could do a whole 3-hour show on that.
And in fact, we're going to.
You know, and you'll be glad. So thank
much
you,
more of our celebration. But first, this is Today on NBC.
Use some of it.
Yeah, I know.
God only knows what I'd be without. God only knows what I'd be without.
Still ahead, we have a special gift for some of the extraordinary people I've met along the way.
And a song from the one and only Tony Bennett, all part of our salute. But first, your local news. 7:30 now on a Wednesday. Wednesday morning. It's the 31st day of May, 2006, and not an ordinary Wednesday. It's also Katie's last day here on Today, and some people have come outside and wanted to hold some signs and wish her well. Some of these people started lining up 15 years ago.
Just hoping that they would come.
Just hoping to get a seat. Anyway, we've got a big crowd outside, and we're going to get outside and say hi to some of those people in just a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, inside Studio 1AM, Matt Lauer, along with the guest of honor this morning, Katie Couric.
This is fun because you're doing all the work today.
You know, I was thinking yesterday, for some reason, over the 10 years we've sat next to each other, you know how many notes we've written each other on scripts?
That we'd get in a lot of trouble if people saw.
Can you imagine if I had said, Katie, I've saved every one of them. and put them in a book.
And I'm selling them.
It would be the last day either of us worked in this business, but it's one of the things I like to remember. Anyway, in just a moment, 6 people I know had a very big impact on Katie during her time here. They're pretty much ordinary people leading fairly normal lives until a big event changed them forever, and we're going to hear from them in just a couple of minutes, plus a special performance from Martina McBride and Trisha Yearwood, and later Tony Bennett. Not a bad lineup.
I know, and Martina.
Exactly right.
McBride as well, so.
But first, let's head outside. Mr. Roker has a check of today's weather.
Today's weather is brought to you by The Devil Wears Prada, starring Meryl Streep and Anne Hathaway. June 30th, only in theaters.
A beautiful morning out here, and nice sentiments for Katie. Where are you guys from?
New Jersey and New York City.
All right, you came a long way to get here.
At 4:30 in the morning.
All right, you got good seats. Okay, no more coffee with Katie. I like it. All right, well, we'll give you her address and you can show up. Anyway, let's check it out, show you what's going on. Another hot one. Syracuse today, 91. Cleveland, hello, Cleveland. 89, Nashville, 93. Norfolk, Virginia, 91 degrees. Rest of the country, you can see the heat is on in the southwest. 80s, 90s, 100s through the Gulf Coast. 70s and 80s in the Pacific Northwest. That's what's going on around the country.
All right, Al, thank you very much. Katie, during our time here together, we've had the privilege, I guess you have to say, to interview a lot of ordinary people who've shown extraordinary courage. And there have been a handful who I know stood out in your mind, and we decided to revisit those people and give them a chance to tell you what you've meant to them.
My name is Trisha Miley. Another name that I'm known by is the Central Park Jogger. I spoke to Katie back in April of 2003.
Do you think you'll ever really know what happened that night in Central Park?
No, I'll never know. The piece that we did documented my recovery from the brutal attack, beating, and rape in New York City's Central Park back in 1989. Initially, I felt it was a big risk to go public. I really wondered how the media would portray me, and I didn't want my story to be sensationalized. Yes, I can come back here. When Katie and I went back to the place in the park where I'd first been attacked, I became more and more comfortable, and, I actually showed Katie the scars on my head, and I actually had her, touch my scalp so she could get a better sense of what had happened. It's been a healing The effect of the piece I did with Katie was made so clear to me the very next morning. I was stepping out of a cab, and a woman tapped me on the shoulder and told me that she had seen the piece. And then tears welled up in her eyes, and she told me that she had a brother who had a head injury. And she said seeing me filled her with so much hope, and that she was going to go and tell him about me. I'd love to say directly to Katie, thank you for seeing me as a survivor and helping me to heal.
My name is Orly Brown. I don't think I've done that much, but you would probably say that I've helped students in and out of college. Let me take a class of kids and follow them. And I say, give me the class that you don't think will make it out of elementary school. That's the class. So if they're all together working on the same goal, I felt that we had a really, really, really good chance to make it, and we did.
That's what I'm here for. If you got a problem, I got a problem.
The problem was trying to get these kids through high school. In 1999, 19 of the 23 students went on to college.
And college, it's hard, but it's fun.
They had called me to come to New York. During the interview, Katie said to her audience, I want all of you guys to send Miss Brown $1. And you know what we received? $33,600.
The nicest lady in the world.
Katie was so sincere.
For more information about how you can contribute.
Every 4 years, a group of my kids graduate and go on to college, and every 4 years, I pick up another first-grade class. God bless me. He really did. And so I have an obligation, as long as I live, to try to make some boy and some girl's life a little bit easier than mine. And that's all I work for. I work to make sure that they can go to college.
My baby.
My name is Jack Clausing.
My name is Patsy Clausing.
My son Mitchell was diagnosed with brain cancer, and we were flying to New York to Sloan Kettering for treatment. Angel Flight folks had generously donated their services to us to get Mitchell there on time.
Whiskey Bravo 3023.
And Katie was doing the story on Angel Flights, and she met us at the airport.
Nice to meet you. I'm here welcoming you to New York. Hey, Mitchell. I'm Katie. How are you, sweetie? You've been sleeping, huh?
Mitchell wasn't doing very well at the time. His brain had swollen, so he wasn't very cognizant of what was going on around him.
Does he get a little sick from flying, or just the medicine?
Just the medicine.
The medicine, yeah.
She was very nice to me. She was very wonderful for Mitchell. She had real concern and real heartfelt feelings for my son, just in that short period, that short time that we met.
Feel good to be on solid ground again?
I just couldn't believe that he was involved with such a caring. Angel Flights, Katie, the Today Show, I was just so proud.
He battled that for 13 months, and he passed away in January 31st, 2004.
He's so much a part of our life. There isn't going to be a day that goes by that we don't talk about him.
My name is Lauren Manning, and I am a 9/11 World Trade Center survivor. I was severely burned on that day. Six months after 9/11, my husband had published a book, Love, Greg and Lauren, and it was at that time that Katie invited us on the show.
Lauren, I know you said to your husband, Greg, I was on fire, I ran out, I prayed to die. Then I decided to live for Tyler and for you.
It was a fleeting moment because I did not want to die. I prayed to God. I screamed to God to let me live for Tyler and my husband. That's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to live.
It works out not only your legs. In meeting her and talking to her, I felt that it helped heal me as well. It was something from the inside out that in sharing my story really impacted me personally and very positively, just to share it with the world out there and know that she was at my side doing it.
But you've come so far.
But through hard work, I mean, there's no way I'm not going to have 100% functionality. I won't let it happen. So
thousands upon thousands of letters and gifts and notes and emails came as a result of being on the show. To this day, I am enormously thankful to what Katie was able to do, along with my husband's beautiful book, reaching out to the masses and getting them involved in my particular struggle.
My name is Craig Scott, and I was a survivor of the Columbine High School shooting.
Okay, this is a couple of dozen more students that are running out of the school, and this is...
I was underneath a table, and the two shooters came into the library immediately shooting off their guns.
Double shots fired, Columbine High School. Use caution. 7 shots, code 33.
And they came over and they saw my friend Isaiah who was one of the few black students at our school, and they shot and killed Isaiah. And I also lost my sister, Rachel Joy Scott. Rachel was 17 years old when she was killed. The next day after the shooting, I got a call from the Today Show. They told me that Isaiah's father was going to be on the show. That's why I went on to the Today Show, because I wanted to be able to hug Isaiah's dad. Just because I spent the last few minutes with his son. Because I made it out, and I got home, and I got to see my mom. I got to see my dad that night. And Isaiah didn't. There was a moment during the interview where Michael Scholes reached out and grabbed my hand. He told me to, I think it was one of those moments that gave people hope, because here was two people that had lost loved ones and didn't know each other, but that were bonding. I loved her a lot.
How are your parents doing, Craig?
And I felt like Katie Couric genuinely was in the moment with us and cared. I could feel her genuineness. I knew something wasn't. I think being on the Today Show really was the start of me beginning to share what I went through, and that has helped me to heal so much.
That's deep.
To this day, it's one of the most moving things I've ever seen. Never forget it. I really won't.
All those stories really are inspiring.
And that's just a handful of what you've seen and the people you've touched over the years. And outside, I know we've got some of the people in that piece who are going to get a chance to talk to you personally and vice versa.
Look at them. They look great. Hi, everybody. You're probably thinking, what are we doing here?
Well, it's nice because on this day that we're trying to give you some gifts, you're going to give them a gift.
Yeah, and a little special tribute to them.
And we'll have that right after this.
Well, you're looking at the 6 people we just profiled before the commercial break. 6 people who have inspired me so much. Of course, we're talking about Trisha Miley, Orly Brown, Jack and Patsy Clausine. We just went over that. And of course, Lauren Manning and Craig Scott. You know, this has been so special for me to get a chance to salute you all, because I can't tell you how moved I've been by each of your stories and by your courage and determination and strength and moxie and pluck and generosity and kindness. And as a result, I wanted to salute you and leave you all with a gift. It's one of my favorite songs. It's from the musical Wicked, and I really think it speaks to everyone about the things that you all have been through and the changes we all go through in life. And Idina Menzel, who's from the original cast of Wicked, will sing it with Trisha Yearwood. So it's a real treat. So, and they're really, I'm dedicating this song to all of you. So, ladies and gentlemen, Idina Menzel and Trisha Yearwood. We can come in with them.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? Because I knew you. I have been changed for good. have been changed for the better. I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Trisha and Adina, thank you all so much. And thank you all. Thank you. Because I've been changed for the good because of you all. Thank you. And we'll be back with more right after this. You too. How are you doing? Yeah.
Still to come this morning, more music, because you love music. We've got performances from Martina McBride and Tony Bennett. And also, on a serious note, real proof on the need to get screened for colon cancer. We'll talk to some very grateful survivors.
Okay, I can't wait. Are you having fun? I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
First, these messages.
This is the time to remember, 'cause it will not.
8 o'clock now on this Wednesday morning, 31st day of May 2006, Katie's last day here on Today. Special message coming to you from the home of the Cubs, Wrigley Field.
Oh, nice. Cool.
That really is. And with a record of 20 and 31, they may use you for the next couple of months over there before you start on evening news. But that's a great honor and a nice tribute from the folks of Chicago.
Thank you so much.
And we have a lot of well-wishers out on Rockefeller Plaza this morning, all wanting to be a part of what is a very special morning for all of us here, in particular, Katie. T-shirts, signs. Having a fist fight pretty
Party
soon.
boys.
Meanwhile, inside Studio 1A, I'm Matt Lauer along with Katie Couric and Al Roker with us as well, and we still have a lot planned this morning, but before things get a little crazy, and I think they will in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a big party.
You wanted to say a few words.
Well, I just want to quickly say, you know, I've been racking my brains, my small brains, trying to figure out how to sum up 15 years in just a minute or two. But the word I keep coming back to is gratitude. It was once said that feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. You know, I never dreamed I would see a rainbow over Victoria Falls, walk silently among the crosses above the beaches of Normandy, see the blue mountains of Australia, or get a tour of 10 Downing Street from Tony Blair. And that's just a small sampling of what I'm grateful for. And the people I've worked with. The Today Show staff scurries around every day like elves on Christmas Eve, and there are no small contributions to this show. They're not simply co-workers to all of us. They're lifelong friends. And I love them not just for what they do, all of you guys, but for the people they are. Now, I know I'll never have a partner like you again because I'll never be working with a partner again.
I ruined it for everyone.
But truly, you have just been an extraordinary colleague, a wonderful friend. You are fast and funny, and beneath this well-dressed exterior lies a huge and loving heart, and I'm going to miss you so much. I know I'll never have this much fun and get paid for it ever again. And Al, you amaze me every day with your enthusiasm and your ability to connect with everyone outside, and your light-filled joie de vivre, which I think is only matched by your extraordinary depth, truly.
Thank you.
And Anne, I think your passion for what you do and your genuine concern for people and causes, all of that have inspired me so much. You know, I started 15 years ago with a producer named Jeff Zucker. By the way, whatever happened to that guy? Now, we have often talked, and Jeff and I both say that this is, in fact, the best job in all of television, and what a privilege it's been for me to hold this post for almost a third of my life. And I couldn't have done that without all my friends, you all in the viewing audience who have been with me through the years. I started this run with Jeff, and I end it in the able hands of our executive producer, Jim Bell, and his entire team. And I know this program will be one I'm proud of long after I'm gone, and I'm starting to sound like a equalizer, as they say in Zoolander. But I leave this morning not with a heavy heart at all. I mean, sadness because of how much I'm going to miss you all, but with a very full heart filled with love and memories and, yes, gratitude. So thank you all so much.
Well said.
I wrote it at 11 o'clock last night.
I know Alan and Ann are going to get a chance to say something in a while, but let me take a moment, if you will. You know, they call us co-anchors, and I hate it. I hate the term because we're partners, you know, and we have been partners over these last 10 years, 13 years in total, in every way possible. Not that way. Right?
Yeah, wait a second.
That would be a little weird. But suffice it to say that we have, on this job, seen the best and the worst of the world. We sat this close to each other on 9/11.
That's right now. It's right there.
And we cried together, and we comforted each other, and hopefully comforted the viewers a little bit at the same time.
And we were shaking together.
Boy, were we. We have lived through some personal tragedies together, the death of Jay and Emily and my dad and relatives of Al and Ann and too many friends to even count, way too many. But we've also shared, you know, life's affirming moments, the birth of all of our children, I mean, and the joys that they have brought us. But the thing I'll remember most, Katie, and what I cherish most of all, and I want the people at home to know, is boy, have we laughed. We have laughed on the air and off the air every day, day in and day out. Sometimes I'm home on the weekends and I just burst out laughing because of something you've said or you've done during the show.
To get a hobby.
I know. But everything from giggles to belly laughs. And so aside from the fact that you are the perfect journalistic partner, and aside from the fact that at this stage we can complete each other's sentences, which is a little scary, I thank you for the laughs. Yeah. And, you know, people talk about chemistry with us. I never have been able to define it, but on your last day, I just want you to know that from my end, it comes from great love and respect, and I'm going to miss you.
Speaking of chemistry, kiss me, baby. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, hi. I need a moment.
I do too. So, Ann, can you give us a moment to give us the headlines?
I can give you a moment. Thanks so much. It was really sweet to hear all that, I will have to say, though. In the news, I've got to turn now and make that hard turn into tell you about the news. The Pentagon predicts a surge of violence in Iraq into next year. This morning, a bombing in Mosul killed at least 5 people. Attacks Tuesday killed at least 54 people and wounded more than 100. And the Pentagon has announced it is redeploying 1,500 Army troops from Kuwait to Iraq to help curb the insurgency. Indonesian officials say Saturday's earthquake has displaced nearly 650,000 people and left more than 200,000 homeless. The death toll has jumped to more than 5,800 people. President Bush will attend the public swearing-in ceremony today for CIA Director General Michael Hayden. He officially took the oath on Tuesday. A jury in Maryland has found John Allen Muhammad guilty of 6 more counts of murder in the 2002 sniper shootings in the Washington, D.C. area. A Virginia jury had already sentenced him to death. In Colorado, a missing boy has been found alive and well after 4 days in the wilderness. Rescue teams had been looking for 8-year-old Evan Thompson, who has attention deficit disorder since he wandered off during a camping trip on Saturday. Doctors say he is in good condition today. And actress Elizabeth Taylor made a rare TV appearance last night to deny reports that she is gravely ill or is battling Alzheimer's disease. On CNN's Larry King Live, the 74-year-old Taylor acknowledged using a wheelchair for back problems, but described herself as happy and busy. It is now 8:04, and time for a check of today's weather with Al.
Today's weather is brought to you by Royal Caribbean. Create your own adventure at RoyalCaribbean.com.
And good morning, everybody. Beautiful morning out here. 2 beautiful boys. What do we have here?
Nicholas and Joseph.
Joseph, where are you guys from?
New York.
All right, well, a lot of New Yorkers coming today. We like it. Let's check your weather, shall we? Pick city for the day, as Uncle Willie likes to say. Raleigh, North Carolina. NBC 17. Isolated thunderstorms heading down there later tomorrow. See my daughter Courtney graduate. Anyway, I'm going to take a look. Show you severe storms through western New York on into the Ohio Valley, also in the central plains on into the southwest. And we got the heat continuing in the southwest as well. That's what's going on around the country here.
All right, Al, thank you so much. And up next, some more highlights from Katie's 15 memorable years here on
Sorry.
Right after this.
Give me the sweetest goodbye.
We're back at 11 minutes after 8 on Katie's final day with us. And Katie, Ralph Waldo Emerson wrote, you know how I like to quote Emerson.
You do it on a daily basis, in fact.
We aim above the mark to hit the mark. And from the very start, you have always aimed high.
If you watch the show regularly, you do know me as a person because you've seen me in so many situations. When I started, I was pregnant with Ellie. I want you to talk to her. Say hi to her.
But you told me earlier she sleeps through it.
No, well, they're only during your interviews.
Yeah.
Had Carrie 4.5 years later.
I hope this baby really appreciates this.
There's Ellie holding Carrie. Carrie not looking too happy about that.
Hey, congratulations. 4 years. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Same to you. See you later.
See you later.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
I went through the terrible ordeal of Jay's illness. Many of you know that I lost my husband, Jay Monahan, my loving and beloved husband, last month after a courageous battle with colon cancer. Words, of course, will never describe how devastating this loss has been for me and my daughters and all of Jay's family as well. I think the day I came back after Jay died was probably the most difficult day of my career. Certainly the most difficult day was earlier. You know, I later lost my sister Emily, and I really did feel the collective embrace of people who were at home watching. As a result of Jay's illness, I became very interested in medicine and health issues. Hold it. It's a lot less uncomfortable than having to deal with cancer. It is a camera, and I swallowed this pill about 10 minutes ago.
All right, we're 45 minutes into your pill swallowing or camera swallowing thing. How you doing?
Excuse me.
You and the camera gonna hit the Catskills after this? Is that what the deal is?
Lung cancer is America's #1 cancer killer. Is the leading killer of both men and women. People worldwide are living with HIV and AIDS. There is no cure. Every year, more than 145,000 Americans are diagnosed with colorectal cancer. By far, my proudest professional accomplishment is, and forever will be, I think, my work with colon cancer. Colon cancer is one of the deadliest cancers, but if detected early, it's one of the most curable. I remember so clearly saying, people need to get screened and they're not being screened. Can I get a colonoscopy on the Today Show?
I have a pretty little colon.
There are people who've said to me, I'm alive because Katie Couric had a colonoscopy.
That wasn't bad at all.
No.
She throws herself into it and drags you along.
Can I hold his hand?
What a pal. She actually got me to have a colonoscopy on camera.
I feel much closer to you now.
You've seen the inner me.
It's been documented. They call it, in a way, the Couric effect. 20% increase in colonoscopies.
We'll be right back with the live colon cam. Katie?
I have definitely been starstruck on this job.
If they could see me
So,
now.
Rod,
Yes, Kate.
nice digs.
Oh, what a setup! Holy cow! They'd never believe it if my friends could see me now.
Decent prompters there.
Oh, sorry.
That ring.
Sorry.
It's Katie. Beautiful Katie.
It's Katie Couric.
Hello, how are you?
Katie, 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 Katie.
She's very good, everyone.
It's getting brisk.
Look what I'm making Leo and Marty do. We're not worthy, we're not worthy.
I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy.
You're completely out of control.
I'm a kitchen, you're a kitchen, I'm a kitchen, you're a kitchen.
You're in the moment.
Many people might recall my film debut as a prison guard of questionable sexual orientation. Time's up!
Are you sure you don't want to be an evil television personality on my network?
And now, here's Katie.
I miss Matt.
I love you, Katie.
I think Katie is the perfect combination of Edward R. Murrow and Lucille Ball.
You're fired. I've had many opportunities to show my athletic prowess here on the Today Show.
Well, you can do better than that in your extension, Missy.
That made me wonder how my swing was shaping up compared to Tiger's.
Drive out the flag. It's still rolling. Oh, my God.
Pretty good. Match over.
Oh, well, thanks for the assist.
Good footwork.
That is so good.
Right on camera. A girl can dream, can't she? I think most people know by now that I'm fearless and I'll try anything, almost.
We're like playing a game of cat and mouse on these snowmobiles, and she says, by accident, she hit the gas instead of the brake.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
My entire life flashed in front of my face, and all I heard was this maniacal giggling.
Are you kidding me? What was that? To co-host our opening ceremony coverage is the Today Show's Katie Couric.
Welcome back to Torino, Greece, where you can feel the pride in the air here at the Winter Games in Salt Lake City. From Sydney, Australia, first from the Olympic Village in Atlanta.
From Barcelona, Spain, the Summer Olympics. Of you. I've really enjoyed my time on the Today Show. I think I'm going to throw up. Oh, my God.
So for now, it's not goodbye, at least not yet, but a heartfelt thank you for 15 great years.
It's hard to imagine being here and not having you sitting next to us.
Thanks, Dan.
You said it really well. Thanks.
No day but today.
I really do love the people I work with, and I feel it's been a real privilege being with them for 15 years. I guess the two best words are thank you.
No day but
Two questions. What was your favorite trip?
Gosh,
favorite location?
That's so hard.
There's so many in that
I
piece
know.
right there.
That's like asking me your favorite where in the world. Do you have one?
Well, but does one stand out in your mind?
I don't know. I mean, everyone was different and enriched me in different ways, you know?
Second question, how far did the ball you hit in Fenway really go?
It went way, way over. It was amazing.
The Green
I didn't know
Monster?
I was so powerful. Yeah.
Who knew? It was a fun look back.
Yeah, yeah. Well, obviously, you guys have made it so much fun. I'm glad they ended it with all of us together because it wouldn't mean, the show experience wouldn't mean anything to me if it weren't for you all.
No, we feel the same way. We really do.
So my folks are out there, by the way, and I'm going to have to at least
point them out. They're very camera shy.
There
Oh,
they
there
are.
they are,
Yep.
my mom and dad. And Ellie and Carrie are there too, and my sister Claire and her husband Jim, and
There are the
Ellie and
girls.
Carrie and Lori Beth. And I don't know, Ellie's been yawning throughout the morning. I'm going to have to talk to her a little bit about
You
that.
got her up pretty early.
Still ahead, we're going to talk to some of the people alive today thanks to Katie's crusade against colon cancer. But first, these messages. Welcome back to Today at 8:30 on this final day of May, 31st of May, 2006, and also final day that we are lucky enough to have Katie with this program, and breaking up is hard to do, especially after 15 years, but we're going to make it a little easier this morning by having a lot of fun. Coming up, we're going to celebrate with some music from two of your favorite artists, Martina McBride and Tony Bennett.
I
Both
know,
going to be
I'm
here.
so excited that they're both here.
How did you meet Martina?
You know, I think I met her at a Red Book, like women's luncheon,
Right.
sort of honoring different women. And we just really hit it off. And she's been so generous with her time, and she's performed at my colon cancer
Right.
benefits. And I just think she's so talented and so beautiful. Actually, I kind of hate her.
Well, that's a good
I'm
sentiment to
kidding.
share on this last morning.
No, she's wonderful. And she's so generous.
I know you have a great relationship with Tony Bennett
yeah.
as well, I was going to say.
I mean,
so.
he's still got it after all these years. He's almost 80 years old. Did you know that?
I think he's going to celebrate that birthday not too long
That's
from now.
right, in August.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll wish him a happy birthday in advance. Meanwhile, I'm Matt Lauer, along with Short Timer and Ann Curry. And coming up, we're also, you can't say goodbye to Katie without looking back at some of her hairstyles over the years. So we're going to be doing that, and her style in general, some of the fashion she has sported on the show.
The faux pas.
Yeah, and Joan Rivers is going to stop by with a little report card on that.
Goody.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah.
All right, but go ahead.
And we also have a lot of people who want to say that how much they love you. So you're great fans. We have a little piece about them. And also one of your favorite fans, somebody who really, really loves you, is going to be here to say hi.
Really? Okay.
His name is Al Roker, and he's got a check for the weather right now.
That's
Al?
right, and I'm in front of the special friend pen here. Some of the folks from NBC who've come to say goodbye. We got Jimmy Miklaszewski. We got Andy Fisher, one of our former writers. Of course, the Frescoes are here. Bob Hager. We got Andrea Mitchell. We got Robert Mazzell back in over. Oh, I stepped on Andrea's foot. Sorry about that. I got, of course, the fabulous Cindy over here. We got, of course, Lenny B. Mike Leonard. He's still got the camera. Where are your parents? The Frescoes, yes.
That would be the Scottos, wouldn't it?
They're the Frescoes as far as I'm concerned.
Just want to make sure.
That's my story. We got lots of folks here all saying hi. Judy Gordon. They got Dr. Mark Pochapin back there. It's a chock-a-block pen here of farewell friends. Anyway, let's take a look, show you what's going on as far as your weather's concerned. Real quickly, show the map. There you go. Okay, that's enough. That's what's going on around the country. And I'm shocked. Lots of press. Look at all the, look in there. You show them and they start taking pictures. Unbelievable. Let's throw them some meat. Okay, Katie?
All right, Al, thank you so much. And as I mentioned, my family's here. And hey, Mom, Dad, wave to the camera. They hate to be on television, and they hate when I talk about them. So this will be the last time, I promise. Anyway, and obviously my sister Clara and her husband Jim and Carrie and Ellie. They're thrilled to be here as well, as you can see. Anyway, and lots of great friends. And I appreciate everybody coming by. Thank you all. And we'll be back with much more of this celebration of moi ad nauseum. But first, this is Today on NBC.
Happy trails to you.
Katie, millions of your fans have never met you, but after 15 years together, they definitely consider you a friend. And our tribute to you would not be complete without a special salute from all these people who've awoken with you every morning.
Time for the Today Show. Katie, here we go.
You are definitely the special K that goes with our coffee.
Katie, thank you for showing me that it is in fact possible for me to wake up every morning with a beautiful woman.
Katie is your daily enthusiasm. That is my morning coffee.
P-I-E will miss you at NBC.
Famous Muscles Beach. Thank you, Katie.
We will miss you. Love Texas State University.
Goodbye. Good luck.
Santa Monica to New York. We'll miss you, Katie.
We're gonna miss you. Rescue anytime. 'Cause I've loved you.
Oh, Katie, you're such a pretty lady. Why do you have to go? Oh, thank you so much.
She's our fashion guru. She has taught us how to... Remember what we looked like 15 years ago? Oh, girlfriend. We were a mess.
You'll be happy to know that I've been arranged for an official pardon. To Katie Couric, for all the bizarre hairstyles you've worn over the years.
Look at this photograph.
If that other woman hasn't signed her contract yet to replace you, I just want to let you know I would be interested.
Say bye to Katie. Bye, Katie. Oh, no, she's upset that you're leaving. What can I say?
Right on, sisters.
Have a great career. Go, girl.
Adios, Katie. Buena suerte.
Hey!
Come on, Katie. We'll give you a ride to work.
Mom, get up. You forgot to wake us up again.
What's the point? Katie's not on. For 15 years, you brought us laughter, great fun we knew. Now you are leaving us, and we're blue. Oh, Katie, all these years.
I wish I could fly all the way to NY. Why? Just so me and Doc can hug you goodbye.
Bye, Katie.
Love you, Katie.
You remember me? I'm Lily from the Today Show.
Was that fun getting your hair cut? Did you like that? Yeah, that's great.
Thank you. I'll miss you.
Katie, literally hundreds of people sent us tapes, not only wanting just to have a chance to say goodbye to you, but also to compete for the title of Katie's biggest fan. And after reviewing all of those tapes, we've come up with one we think is just perfect. You just saw her on that tape. This is little 4-year-old Lily Satlow from Avon, Connecticut. Lily, how are
Thank you so much. Did you pick these flowers for me?
Yeah.
You did. They're beautiful. Thank you.
Lily was here for the Locks of Love segment.
Aw, that's right.
And when she had her hair cut not long ago, and Lily had her hair cut, what was that like for you? Was it fun? Did all your friends get to see you on TV? What
And
did they
Lily's
say?
watching herself on TV right now.
Yeah, and
Isn't it weird to see yourself in that box? Yeah.
And Lily loves you so much, Katie, that we have a little special Katie doll.
Oh, my goodness.
Just Lily. So even though she's going to miss you in the morning, she can
What do you
tuck
think?
in at night.
What do you think? And she has reading glasses on, too. Just like the older version of me.
Here, Lily, let's turn her around so everybody at home can see her there.
Look, she's got a little microphone.
Got a permanent wing.
And dyed blonde hair. Isn't that great? Anyway, well, thank you so much for coming by. And look, what is this sash you're wearing? Katie's biggest fan sash.
There you go.
Well, thank you. I'm a big fan of yours, too. Thanks so much for coming by. And thanks for the beautiful flowers. You want to give Katie a little hug? Say bye. You want to give Katie a hug, the real Katie?
This is Katie.
Thank you so much.
When we come back, a song from Martina McBride, who sings one for the girls and for Katie as well. But first, this is Today on NBC.
Thank you, sweetie. Here.
In case you haven't heard this fall, Katie's going to make some television history when she becomes the first solo female anchor of an evening newscast. So in honor of that accomplishment, we decided to bring in one of her all-time favorite performers, Martina McBride, to sing a song that I think kind of says it all. So without further ado, here's Martina with This One's for the Girls.
Well, Katie, I just wanted to say that you are such an inspiration. Your compassion, your sense of humor, your intelligence, your beauty. You're inspiring to all of us, and to me included. And I know that you like things like me, you like things that empower girls and women. So it was no surprise you asked me to sing this song. So this is for all the girls out there, and this is for you, Katie. This is for all you girls about 13. High school can be so rough and be so mean.
celebration and tribute continues with Tony Bennett on the other end of the plaza. But first, on a Wednesday morning, this is Today on NBC. And the musical celebration continues. Tony Bennett may have left his heart in San Francisco, but Katie has always carried a bit of a torch for you. The two of you are good friends. You shared a stage together. You even wrote a poem for his 75th birthday, and in honor of your last day here this morning, he's going to perform a little medley for you, beginning with a song that was actually your first dance with Jay at your wedding.
Oh, you're killing me.
I know. So here, ladies and gentlemen, is Tony Bennett singing The Way You Look Tonight. Tony?
Thank you.
Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Oh, but you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you just the way you look tonight. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fear apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never, never change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it, 'cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight. I love you. Out of the tree of life, I just picked me a plum. You came along and everything started to hum. Still, it's a real good bet. The best is yet to come. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't that be fine? You think you've seen the sun, but you ain't seen it shine. Wait till the warm-up's underway. Wait till our lips have met. Wait till you see that sunshine day. You ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't that be fine? The best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. Come the day you're mine. I'm gonna teach you to fly. We've only tasted the wine. We're gonna drain the cup dry. Wait till your charms are ripe for these arms to surround. You think you've flown before, but you ain't left the ground. you locked in my embrace. Wait till I draw you near. Wait till you see that sunshine place. Ain't nothing like it here. The best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? The best is yet to come, come the day you're mine. Out of the tree of life I just picked me a plum.
Thank you.
Tony Bennett. And Tony's got a new duet CD out this fall. We look forward to that, and we look forward to much more celebration in the next hour here on Today.
I hope you had the time of your life.
We're back with the final hour of Today on this Wednesday morning, the 31st of May, 2006. And Manny, two of your biggest fans. They better be here tomorrow.
I don't know. There's no window on 157.
Meanwhile, we hope Katie's had the time of her life during her 15 years here on Today. And inside Studio 1A in that hour, along with Katie and Al and Ann and Natalie. And
Natalie. Hello. I feel like I've missed out on the party.
We're happy you're here now. And
a lot of waterworks upstairs, by the way, in the makeup room.
Well, that's a good place to have it. And get touched up.
Coming up, we're going to continue to take a trip down memory lane with Katie's hair and fashions through the years, some of which you may not want to remember.
You couldn't leave without that, Katie.
And a little later on, the cast of Jersey Boys will be here with a special performance just for you. But before we get to that, I know I had a chance to say something to you earlier, and I know Al, Ann, and Natalie would like to say something as well. So, Al?
Well, I first worked with you on Sunday Today down in Washington, D.C., and I knew there was something special then, and I know it more so today. You have the rare gift of making us all better at what we do. And what people don't realize is your generosity, not only on screen, but off screen. And I will miss that smile, and I'll miss the face, and I'll miss the spirit that you bring to this. And it's not like you're leaving, and I know where I can find you, so you can't run away.
But, I hope our friendship transcends geography.
Absolutely. I will miss you, and I miss what you bring to this every day.
I love Al.
Oh, no, who doesn't love Al?
Who doesn't love Al? It's true.
And we all love you, Katie. You know, you've affected our lives, not just professionally, but personally. I am a different person because I know you, because you've made me better. You've made me love you. And don't be a stranger, because if you do, I'll come calling. I just, no, I mean really like it.
You're starting to freak me out.
There are laws in most states against that.
No, because I know you're going to be so distracted, and there'll be so much going on and all that stuff.
Oh, I'm going to come and visit you guys on a regular basis. She'll be like, I thought she left.
No, really.
Oh,
I'm just going to miss you so much.
That's okay.
No, really.
Do it some more.
Girl family, great. I don't think he minds that. And Katie, you know, as the newest member of the show, you've always made me feel like a member of the family from day one. Whenever I filled in for Ann, or even when I've had the opportunity to fill in for you, I've always felt like, wow, to be able to sit up here and to you know, look up to you. And you always, the greatest thing about you, you always have this amazing ability to put into words exactly how you're feeling and just capture that moment. And I wish I could say that better right now.
No, I think you're doing great.
But Katie, really, I think you are giving so many young girls even more reason to say, someday I want to grow up and be just like Katie Couric.
Oh, well, thanks so much, Natalie. Thank you.
You want to reach in front of me and kiss her also? Go on. Go ahead.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm going
It's been a big day.
It's a little overwhelming, honestly, and it's a lot of Katie. 3 hours worth. So I'm starting to feel embarrassed, like people have long turned the channel. But I'm really grateful and for this really wonderful send-off. So thank you all, and really all the people behind the scenes and who I said earlier, like elves on Christmas Eve every day. They've done such a nice job with this whole show, and I'm so grateful. And they know who they are, as Bryant would say.
There they are. They're waving at you, Katie.
Yeah, hi you guys. How are you?
Actually, that's the control room.
Is it 10 o'clock already?
I think Jim Bell just said he didn't like being called an elf, actually.
Oh, sorry.
The world's largest elf. Yeah.
Okay, you're Santa Claus then.
Earn your keep. Do a little weather for us.
All right, let's check it out. I hate to do this. Let's see what's going on. We'll show you for today. We are looking at some heavy thunderstorms, unfortunately, down in Texas. More heavy rain where they do not need it. Also strong storms later today, working their way through the mid-plains, also into the northeast and the upper Ohio River Valley. Wet weather in the Pacific Northwest. Sunny and warm along the east coast. Heat continues in the southwest. 102 in Phoenix today. That's what's going on around the country. It's your latest weather.
All right, now coming up next, we're going to hear from some people who are literally alive today thanks to Katie's fight against colon cancer. That's right after these messages.
By far one of my proudest, if not my very proudest professional accomplishments during my 15-year tenure at the Today Show has been my work to raise awareness and research dollars in the fight against colon cancer. Of course, that's the disease that claimed my husband's life, Jay, when he was just 42 years old back in 1998. And we've got some proof positive here this morning that some people have been listening. We've got some folks who have sort of heeded the call and paid attention and gotten screened for colon cancer. Hi, everyone.
Hello, Katie.
Good morning.
Hello, Katie.
It's so good to see you all. And here in the chairs, we have Kathleen Sullivan, Debbie Sparks, and Dave McGowan, and all their friends, and my friends, too, spreading the word, right? I like your T-shirt. Show me what...
Thank you. We have...
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much. Well, tell me a little bit about your story, Kathleen.
Yes, well, Katie, I certainly would have had no idea that I had cancer. I was only 48 years old when I was diagnosed, so my awareness came from your program and the things that you have said on television, and I'm just so grateful. I just wanted to tell you that after I was cured, that my husband and I and a few close friends started a nonprofit to help orphans with HIV. So I want to say that your deed has helped me and others to really pay forward into the world other good deeds. So it's just not a cure of cancer, but it's helping people that
still have so much to give to the world.
Very much so.
Like you obviously are doing
now.
now.
Thank you.
So you were screened, and did you go through chemotherapy?
Yes, I had chemotherapy and radiation before my surgery, and then I had a very successful surgery, and I did have a temporary bag to help my colon heal. And during that time after my surgery, I had more chemotherapy, and then I was very lucky to be able to have my temporary colonoscopy reversed,
which is great.
I was
I'm
very,
so
very
glad
lucky.
you're doing so well.
Thank you so much for everything you've done
You're
for
welcome.
awareness.
You're welcome. And Debbie, tell us your story.
I was about a year into my diagnosis and was just kind of going along with whatever my doctors were telling me to do. And after I watched your live colonoscopy, you flashed the website for Colon Cancer Alliance, and I became a member and started joining in their weekly chats. And it was through those people that gave me the courage to, question my doctors, know that there was, other treatments around the country. And I really attribute that to saving my life, because otherwise I would have just sat back and done whatever they've asked. I've been through 6 surgeries and getting ready to start treatment again. But it's been 7 years, so I have hope that there's going to be another 7 or more.
I hope so. Good for you. Good luck with everything. And meanwhile, Dave McGowan, what's your story?
Well, I've been a big fan of yours since the old days in Washington, where I grew up. And I'm this invincible, healthy guy that never thought I could get sick. Your programs made me aware of the symptoms of colon cancer. I actually was one of the rare ones that had some symptoms. Went to my doctor, told him I had colon cancer, and sure enough, I did. I had the surgery and chemo, and I am a survivor today only because you made me aware. Otherwise, I would have ignored my symptoms totally, and I wouldn't be here today.
Well, that's so gratifying to hear from all 3 of you, and the fact that all of you showed up this morning means so much to me.
We wanted to thank you. We wanted to thank you personally.
Well, thank you for coming by this morning. And it's a good reminder that it's the 2nd leading cancer killer in this country. 140,000 people diagnosed every year, and it doesn't have to be a death sentence if you get it before it spreads or metastasizes, and you can do that with screening.
That's right.
It has a better than 90% cure rate if it's detected early. Of course, I'm preaching to the choir here. But again, thank you all so much for coming, and I'm so glad you're all doing well, and you'll always be in my thoughts and prayers for continued good health.
And us in yours. Thank you. Thank you, Katie.
And we'll be back with more of Today right after this.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Katie.
You know, 15 years, you're going to have some hits and some misses, fashion-wise. But in Katie's case, we think they're more hits than misses, perhaps. But we decided to go back to the archives and take a look back at all of it.
You walked in, I woke up, baby.
For 15 years, Americans have been waking up with Katie Couric.
Every day you've got to be in a different outfit, and people are judging you.
One more time.
That's more than 3,500 different looks.
There's not one woman or man that doesn't get up and say, oh, what's Katie wearing? Oh, I like that on her, or I don't like that on her.
And I have a brand new hairdo.
Then there's the hair.
Very difficult to have every hair day be a good hair day. They're documented, and they're just set in stone so they can always come back to haunt you.
Look at this. Oh
With Joan Rivers in New York and Jonathan Anton in Hollywood, we dug through the archives of Katie's fashion history.
Here she looks good. Here she looks like an executive.
Soft, pretty, behind the ear, runner. Look at the shine.
Not all of it was easy.
Now, this is very stewardessy.
I don't know about that hair.
After a while, some patterns formed.
Whoever put her in those tablecloth jackets should really be shot. You're just waiting for the ants to come over her shoulders.
And a few unusual trends.
Katie also still, remember 15 years ago, was very young. It's really cute to see because she's still very much a tomboy.
She had kind of a Julie Andrews thing going on, kind of that Victoria thing.
An audience of millions didn't stop her from making some bold choices.
I don't know if I would say Katie is afraid of color.
Katie was never afraid of color. But after looking back at all these 15 years, I wish she had been a little bit.
No one can accuse Katie of being intimidated by change.
She's really done just about everything you can do as far as a do goes.
Do I still qualify as a brunette?
Not really, no.
Really?
No.
Well, you're back and forth.
Really? Yeah, okay, thank you very much. And also, you think
This half of your head, yes. This half of your head, no.
Her head was like a mood ring. It changed colors so often.
She definitely had a lot of looks, a lot of different haircuts, you know, from short to long to short. She had them all. There was definitely that Pat Benatar vibe. And then she did like that Go-Go's, our lips are sealed look.
Look at Katie.
But we all watched in awe when she hit her style stride.
Katie really started to come into her own.
Katie became a hottie. I look at Katie and I think of her now as the Angelina Jolie of news.
Despite a little lighthearted ribbing, both say Katie has a great look.
Katie has an amazing sense of style.
She's definitely been not only following the trends, but kind of a trendsetter as well.
And everything it takes to deliver the news with style and substance.
You're beautiful.
Above the outfits, above the hair, above everything, is the charm, the warmth, and the intelligence. She's special.
Congratulations. We're sorry to see you go. I wish you all the best in your future ventures.
Katie, no matter what you wear, I'll be watching you and loving you for at least another 15 years.
You're beautiful, it's true.
Kind of a little Zoolander moment there at the end.
I just don't understand. First of all, thank you for being so kind. Seriously.
Oh, no.
But second of all, why you guys didn't stop me? I'm serious.
We tried.
Why wasn't there someone saying, no, don't. You can't go out like that.
I don't think it would have mattered.
But you know, the sad thing is, we'll probably look back on the way we look now in 15 years and say, what were we thinking, right?
It's trends. I looked at every damn thing you wore. There was a period we all wore buttons the size of plates.
That's true.
And it was very
earrings
cheap.
the size of plates, too.
Yeah, that was just what happened.
But that jacket, you're totally right. It was picnic blanket or Italian bistro tablecloth. I always thought that I should show up with a bottle of Chianti on my shoulder, you know?
And the hair really represented the time, right?
It still does.
Yeah.
Said about all of
As hot as ever.
Anyway.
But it still grew. And also, we watched you grow up.
Yeah, grow older.
We never say that.
I've had more requests for your haircut over the years than Madonna. So
Really?
Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely, everybody.
Well, not my old haircut, right?
That too.
Okay.
Right.
Well, thank you all so much. And Brian Balthazar, who put that together. Thank you, Brian. Okay, enough already. Burn those tapes, Joe Michaels. Get rid of those.
They will live forever, Kate.
You know the one that didn't make the tape, by the way, is the one. Remember we went to the White House for a big gala?
Oh, yeah, and I flicked it all back.
Oh, yeah. That one, can we dig that one up in a second?
No, that's okay. Let's not say we did. But yes.
Counted, you wore actually 3,421 different outfits.
You're kidding.
I swear.
Wow.
They made you do that?
No, I got a college student who thought it was showbiz.
We had no money for the task.
But the good news is, behind this news desk, you don't have to show the whole outfit.
Jeans underneath.
That's true.
You only have to shave your legs on weekends.
We're going to be back right after these messages in your local news. Thanks, Joe and Jonathan.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all.
And we're back with the final half hour of today on this Wednesday morning, last day of May, and we're about to bid a fond farewell to the lady whose name is on that sign right there, Katie. Just 30 more minutes.
I know, guys.
No, we mean that in the best possible way.
Actually, we're going to do 4 hours.
Meanwhile, outside the studio,
like 4 hours.
I'm Matt Lauer along with Katie Couric and Ann Curry and Al Roker and Natalie Morales. And look who has come in.
I'm telling you, I haven't been so sad since Kupla, Fran, and Ollie went off to this.
Willard Scott and Gene Shalit. Guys, it wouldn't be a party without you.
So great to, first of all, we haven't seen you enough. We miss you in person.
I miss you in
and
person.
on TV.
I miss you on TV. I miss me on TV.
They don't miss you on TV. Hey, I got a surprise for you, though. This is going to really make your day. I'm going with you to CBS.
The amazing thing is, the only guy whose hair hasn't changed is Gene Shalit.
The wig, you knew that.
You wanted to say a little something to Miss Katie?
I wanted to say I'm going to miss you like I've never missed anybody in my life.
Oh, stop.
You have been wonderful for 15 years to me. You've made my life good, and I hope I've done a little bit of something to make your life good.
I love you, Gene. Are you kidding?
Thank you.
I got one little one. Thanks for the memory, for getting up at 4, for your audience you adore. You may have been a headache.
Police are coming for you.
But you never were a bore. Thank you very much.
Bravo. Thanks, Willard.
Getting up at 4?
What rhymes with 5?
Exactly. All right, guys. Nice to have you all here. More surprises ahead, and including cast of the Jersey Boys from Broadway. They're going to sing a song for you with a special surprise at the end of that. It's just multiplying the surprises here. But before we get to that, how about another check of the weather?
All right, let's take a look, show you what's going on.
You have to be the buzzkill today.
That's me, Mr. Buzzkill.
I started to do the weather when they said, let's take a look at the weather.
You ought to do it. What the heck? You
Anybody can do it if we do it.
That's it, exactly. There it is.
What's this? Partly cloudy today in the Northeastern.
I learned from the best. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck.
Lousy.
Oh, wait, we got incoming. That's your latest one.
That sounds like the final episode of MASH all of a sudden, doesn't it?
Where's Klinger?
Exactly.
It's CBS. You're a day early.
By the way, if you would orient yourselves to your right for a second, can we just recognize also the Scotto family from New York, John, Rosanna, and Elena, and Mary, and Anthony, and they are going to be catering the big shindig that we're going to have after the show today, and they've just been great friends, Katie and I know, not only to you, but to the whole show.
They're really like family. I love you guys.
We wish you well.
Katie, we're serving all your favorite food.
Good. That's a lot of food, Marion. Anyway, thank you guys so much for everything, all your love and support through the years.
Thank you.
You're great people. Thanks.
And we'll be back with a couple of last-minute surprises right after these messages.
So cute.
So little birdie told me one of your favorite Broadway shows is Jersey Boys.
Well, hello.
Exactly.
Can you see why?
Featuring the music of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. And these guys, after some very creative juggling and writing, have changed one of the songs in the show. And here they are with a special rendition of Bye Bye Baby.
Okay.
Guys, take it away.
Coast to coast, your friends all feel this way.
Can't put it off any longer. 'Cause today's your last today. Bye-bye, Katie, Katie, goodbye. Bye-bye, Katie, don't make us cry. From the moment that I first saw you, girl, I realized that I adore you. Gee, you did it for me. Why do you have to leave? Oh, you're the one girl in town we TiVo. Bye-bye, Katie, Katie, goodbye. Bye-bye, Katie, don't make us cry. Katie, couldn't we stay together? Could we keep it today forever? Gee, each morning you'd be with me. Go ahead and make the move you're making, but in here, girl, my heart is breaking. Gee, bye-bye, Katie, Katie, goodbye. Bye-bye, Katie, don't make us cry.
And we'll have more from the Jersey Boys right after these messages. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Matt. How are you? Nice to
It's
see
been
you.
a pleasure. One of your favorite composers, Mark Shaman, who won a Grammy and a Tony for his score for Hairspray.
Right.
Well, he's done something special. He's written a special song for you, and here to perform it are the cast of the Jersey Boys. And
Are they not the cutest guys? Really, seriously. Hello.
And speaking of cute guys, how about also Harvey Firestein?
Oh, Harvey. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Well, we're singing for you. We have to sing for you.
Well, let's do it. Go.
Do it. I love you, baby. Only for you.
Nothing could be shady when you start your day with Katie in the morning. Who else could take plastic cheese and show a colonoscopy while yawning?
Her feelings were no mystery.
That was her success. Now she's making history, but over at CBS.
lullaby from another denizen of Broadway, Mr. Harvey Firestein.
Rock-a-bye, my Katie, with a bedtime lullaby. Go to sleep, go count sheep, give that sun the fish high. For 15 years you've roused us up. What is it in that coffee cup? I've watched you through my shower, while dreaming how I'd like to scrub that flower. Sleep till tonight, Katie. Give a midday brunch a try. Stay out late, go on a date. It's time for you to fly. Tomorrow morning while the crew's here present, you're laughing 'cause you're done with free dog schlepping. Rock-a-bye, my rock-a-bye, Katie, with a bedtime lullaby. It's a key change. Set your alarm clock to a decent hour. But how I'd love to wing that cute mad flower. Rock-a-bye, my rock-a-bye, Katie. Now just say one last goodbye. Come on, boys.
You've got us so weep and all we care about is sleeping in the morning. Katie always grieving about the fact that you are leaving us this morning. We knew this day was coming, now it's time for goodbye.
Stiff up a lip.
Big girls don't cry, let us hug and kiss her. We're surely gonna miss her in the morning. Yes, we're
Look, your wallet picture. Only
Thank
for you.
you.
5 in
Thank
the
you.
morning.
Thank you, guys. That was so
pretty.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
How's that for subtle, Katie, huh?
Yeah.
We're going to give you a final farewell, Harvey. Guys, thank you so much. That was great.
So cute. And Mark Shaman, I know you couldn't be here, but thank you so much. You're so clever. And I love the Matt Lauer shower line especially. Didn't you, Matt?
Yeah, Harvey and I are going to snuggle right after the show. We're going to be back with a little bit more on a Wednesday morning as we say goodbye. But first, this is Today on NBC. Only you could almost be late for your own goodbye.
I'm sorry I rushed across the street.
Before we say farewell, the staff of the Today Show just wanted to send you a little message. Take a look.
Memories matter. They are who we are. And Katie, you've made a million of those memories for all of us.
In sports, they say, you know, big players play big in big games. And for us, Katrina was about as big as it gets. And she was remarkable.
It was 2004 at the Democratic Convention in Boston, and we were standing outside. It had just rained, and we heard that John Kerry and John Edwards were going to be coming by. So what did Katie do? She kicked off her shoes, ran through the mud, and grabbed them. She got the exclusive interview.
Appreciate it. I know. Well, you know what? I had to jump around to try to grab you guys.
As a producer, it's just incredible to watch her in action. She could be having her hair blow dried, makeup applied, changing her clothes, and getting briefed for an interview with the President of the United States. And somehow she retains all that information in a matter of 3 minutes.
She's the girl who borrows your notes in school and does better on the test than you do.
You never know what's going to happen with Katie when she's on the shoot.
Sometimes behind the scenes there can be a lot of mayhem. And I was producing a shoot once where everyone was fighting. And as soon as Katie walked in the room, everybody just smiled.
She always kept you on your game.
What I love about Katie is that she treats everyone like they're her next door neighbor.
She likes to share. If you're wearing a scarf that she likes, she wants to wear that outside.
What I think people should know about Katie, the behind-the-scenes Katie, is that she's very funny.
She's just as fun on camera as she is off.
Personally, I'm going to miss seeing her every single morning. It was like, emotional connection.
We have this really wonderful relationship, and that's the stuff I'll remember really well.
Hey, Katie, for the last few years, I've had the opportunity to work with one of the best who's ever sat in that seat, and for that, I will be forever grateful.
Good luck, Katie. Bye.
Katie, goodbye and good luck.
We'll miss you, and good luck.
Miss you. Bye-bye.
Good luck, Katie.
You've been a first-class friend and colleague. I'll really miss you. Thank you, Katie. Love ya.
Be happy, Katie.
It won't be the same without you. Katie, it's been a great run.
Good luck, Katie, from your graphics team. Bye, Katie.
And here we are on the steps in Rockefeller Plaza. We've been joined by our entire New York staff here on the steps.
Can I just walk down and look at everybody?
Sure, go ahead. Also, as you look, though, Katie, I want you to know that we're also being joined via satellite from the people at our bureaus in Los Angeles, in Washington, D.C.,
They have the...
Goodbye, Katie.
in Chicago,
Guys.
Chicago. Chicago. Pound down, Joe. Pound down.
There they are.
in London, and all the people in our control room downstairs, Katie.
Hi, everybody, and
All
thank
preparing
you
to
so
say goodbye.
much.
Can I also say, what do you get for the girl who has everything? I want you to just look over here and see what Martin Starr, a very talented artist, has done with 335 pictures of the people you have worked with over the years here at NBC, a collage or a mosaic, if you will, with all of their faces, all of them wishing you well. And if you look just to your right, melting slightly is a cake by the one and only David Carmichael that we can all cut up and share in a second. Exactly.
Oh, thank you all so
Come on back
much
over
for
here.
everything.
Because for the last couple of weeks now, we've been talking about your impact on television and morning news, and we want to end this morning by talking just about your impact on our lives and the fact that you've been a great colleague and, more importantly, a terrific friend. And you're going to go on to great heights. We know that. I hope you know that we're all going to be wishing you well, even if quietly. and we wish you the best in every single aspect of your life. We love you, and we're going to miss you. Cheers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. I couldn't ask for a nicer, more wonderful send-off. So I'm going to be kissing you all day long. So I hope I didn't get makeup on everyone. Thank you. And to everyone in TV land, thanks so much.
Cheers.
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 Walk on.
Discovered my earring. This is so funny.
I'm just beginning.
Wait.
Staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibition. Feel the rain on your skin. Drench yourself in wet unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. Yeah. I break tradition. Sometimes my tries are outside the line. We've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. Staring at the blank page before you. Open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate the words that you could not find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibition. Feel the rain on your skin. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. The rest is still unwritten.
Great job, Katie. I love you.
Congratulations.